This is Tracey from GiftBasketAppeal, and today we're going to make a Christmas themed bow. So let's get started. So believe it or not, this ribbon came from Goodwill, and not only did we find just one ribbon, but we found 3 of them. And for all 3 of them, they were all tied up in a pack. All 3 of them cost $2.92. And this is a lot. Some of it has been used already, but this is a great bargain. So I thought that I would show you how I'm going to make a ribbon. And this ribbon is specifically for a wreath. I'm going to show you the wreath, how to make the wreath in an upcoming video, but it's going to be a bow wreath. So I thought this would be a great time to show you how I would make my ribbon. And this is super simple. And so all you're going to do is, I'm going to make it without the tail, and then I'll go back and make another one with the tail. So all you're going to do is just take this part right here, this end part, and I might have to keep unraveling this since it's so heavy. And you're just going to leave a little bit out so that you can put your pipe cleaners on there. So you're going to need a pipe cleaner. And this is a one-sided ribbon, and this technique is perfect for the one-sided ribbon. So you just have to decide how big you want your loops to be, or how small. So I don't want these to be too big, because I want when they go on the wreath to be kind of condensed, but it's up to you how large or small you want your loops to be. So we're going to keep it all on one side. So all I'm going to do, let me just unravel some of this. Might want to do this beforehand. It'll make it go easier. Okay, I'm just going to drop that on the floor. Okay, so all I'm going to do is just take this, and I made one loop, and I'm just going to lay it right here, and make another loop right there. Let me see if you can see that. So all I'm doing is folding it up against it and making another loop. And you see I'm holding this right here. Okay, and that's my ribbon unraveling down there. Take another one and just looping it over. And so now we have 1, 2, 3 loops. And the nice thing is that you can see if they're the same size. I do want mine to be the same size. So that's what we have so far. And you're just leaving a little bit out right here. This is so cool because it's like the easiest bow to make, or one of the easiest techniques. Okay, so I'm going to do it again. And you just have to decide how many loops you want. We got 4 loops there. And you're just trying to keep it on the same side. So I'm not twisting or anything, I'm just pinching. Okay, we're up to 5 loops. I'm going to unravel this. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I may go up to, I think 8 will be enough. Just make sure that this is all spread out. And I'm still pinching right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you see how that looks? And there goes 8. And we're not doing it with the tail. The next one I show you is going to be one with the tail. Okay, so this is what we have so far. You pull this back in a little bit because it looks a little too long. Okay, so now I'm going to cut it. And now I'm going to take my chenille stem or my pipe cleaner, and I'm just still squeezing that part there at the bottom. Okay. And this is the important part. You want to twist your bow. And twist the bow and just pulling tight with that pipe cleaner. And if you want to double it up, you can. I'm just going to use one for now. Okay, and once I know that's secure on there, you see how I have this right here? That's where I'm going to use to attach it to my wreath. Now what I'm going to do is start pulling this apart. One on one side, one on the other. One on this side, one on this side. So you just keep alternating and letting it fluff itself out. And you might have seen one of my other videos doing this same technique. And this technique really works well with a wired ribbon. Okay. And so this is what I have so far. Super easy. And this is going to look so good when I do the wreath, when I attach this to the wreath. So let me show you the other one I did. Here's the other one. So I want them just like this, and they're going to just kind of go around the wreath. Look how full that looks when I start putting it on my wreath. So I'm definitely going to be able to show you how to make that wreath and make it super simple. Okay, so now let me take one of the other ones here. I'm going to use this one for now. I'm going to do this one with a tail on it. This ribbon is actually a little bit lighter than the other one, so I haven't really done a practice run through with this, so we'll see what it looks like. And so it looks like one side is, this is the right side with the artwork. This is kind of faded. So this technique will work fine also. Okay, so I'm gonna need to leave a tail. So you just have to decide how far down you want your tail to be. And you can always cut it shorter. So it's better to kind of keep it long and then cut it shorter if you want. So I'm just going to leave it like maybe like here. And this one is easier to pinch. That other one is a little bit harder to pinch, but it still works. So now I'm going to use that same technique. So you just have to make sure you do your tail at the beginning, and then we're going to do a tail at the end. So I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so this one has more of a silkier feel to it, but it still can be done. I'm just making my loops. Okay, so now I'm always going to be making a trip to this section that has the ribbon when I go thrifting or go to the Goodwill, because this is the second time I've gotten really good ribbon from Goodwill. Okay, so this is what we got so far. See, still doing the same thing that I did on the first one. Just taking it and kind of folding the loops. And don't worry if it looks flat right now, because you can go back and fluff them out. Imagine you can make bows for your Christmas tree. I did do a Christmas tree topper. And so what I'll do is I will put the link in the description box below for that one. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seven, and let's see, so I want to make sure I have enough there so it doesn't come apart. And here is 8. Just trying to check to, the nice thing about this technique is you can really check to see if the loops are kind of the same size. I just kind of eyeball it. I don't really measure my loops. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of cut this for right now. I only have the one hand. Okay, and so we're going to tie this one off now. So I'm just wrapping it up. You see how that, I've got both of the tails there. So I'm just making sure I pull this in real tight. Sometimes these pipe cleaners tend to break too. I've had that happen before. Okay, so I'm just twisting it and twisting like this. Still have my still got my loops in place, and I'm just kind of bringing my tail to the front there. I could do that after. And then you just start separating them. Just alternating and separate. Okay. And you can do this with, put 2 bows together and do the same technique, as many as you want. It's just the more you use, the harder it gets, or more challenging it gets, but it can be done. Okay, so now we have the other one. I'm really liking the way those colors go. And so I'm just going to go ahead and cut this off to make it look neater. Cut this one off. So I can sit and make a bunch of these. And make a ton of wreaths. This is a good way to make a bunch of wreaths fast. Just make a bunch of your bows ahead of time first. And this will save you from looping them around the frame. So I'm going to use a round frame when I do these. I just haven't decided which bow I'm going to use. But look how nice and fluffy that looks. Okay, and these side by side, I don't know if I'm going to alternate them. I just might do one color. But look how full those look. Imagine how these are going to look when I do the wreath. So this one, I'm not sure if I'm going to use this for my main ribbon on there. I want to have a larger ribbon, but we'll see as it comes together. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use this or just use a combination of this and then make a big fabulous bow using this with another one to make a double bow. It's just up to you, but I just wanted to get ahead of the curve and show you how to make the bows first before I make the wreath. So I hope this was helpful to you. Don't forget, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you real soon. Bye.